not effective. So it went on towards this conversation, this type of conversation. I'm closer to God than you, which is the gist of the whole thing. And so this is one thing that we have to watch as Christians, that sometimes we run into the element of condemning someone else. Okay, in the name of God, because this was all done strictly from Christian to Christian. I was at the receiving end of such statement, and I felt very, very bad at the end of the whole day. I felt condemnation because my daughter is sick. You automatically feel that maybe you're already at fault, but this person is just making sure that you know you are totally at fault and that you have sinned somehow, and asking questions like, did you do anything wrong? I say, yes, I've sinned. When was the last time you confessed your sin? Do you have to sin? It's like trying to dig out. But basically the message is very clear. I don't pray enough, and she's suffering because of something that I may have done or not do. And surprisingly enough, I was surprised that I thought after Job, the book of Job, such events will never take place among the Christian community, but obviously that is not the case. So this is one of the things that happened. But having said that, can we turn to Proverbs 12:1? You need to balance both sides of the story.
Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but whoever hates correction is stupid.
Okay. So you will have a point of time when, seriously speaking, you may have to say some words that are corrective by nature. Okay. There are points where, like in the case of Job's case, the friends are kept quiet. Seriously, they have no place to pass judgment, and there's no place to condemn. But there are also place in time to point out somebody has made a mistake, both in the New and in the Old Testament. There are verses like that. So as a host, let's say you're Choon Hui, you need to balance these two carefully. A successful ministry in this area is someone who actually balances the words, because all Jeff have to do is say something cruel, and I will never come back to his house again. I can be very sure of that fact, that okay, the reason why I'm very sure of that fact is that in Jeff's group that come, there's this particular guy that always come, and he's always right. Like if he was here today, I call him Mr. X, he would correct me, and he would correct you, say, sorry, when you read the verse, you missed out a letter A. You didn't pronounce the letter S. He's the type of person that is very inverted commas, appear to be, I'm 19 years old at that time. So my view may be different now. He appeared very smart to me, but he appeared very quarrelsome. He ended up quarreling with nearly everybody in the entire place. At least he's the type that is always right and always quarrel. He even quarreled with Jeff and his wife, considering that how difficult it is to quarrel both of them. And he's the type of person that you don't want to associate too much with, because within 1 hour you'll find something to quarrel with him about. One of the reasons of him is that he actually does try and correct people wrong all the time. I think this verse 12 is correct when there's a place to correct, a time to correct, not in front of everybody, just like this guy does. He corrects everything in front of everybody. But I look back 40 years now, I think that guy is a very lonely guy. His problem is not that he's right all the time. His problem is that he's probably very, very lonely. 40 years down the track, he's causing a lot of. He's one of the persons I dislike the most among this group. I'd rather deal with the guy who smoked weed than deal with the guy who is like, it's called from a teenage viewpoint, because This is one of the thing. So you need to balance the two. Can I ask you all to break into two groups? Do I have time? Okay, we got five minutes. So, boss Casey, you want to sit next to Casey, and that one group. Okay. Peter and Vincent, you want to change over?
Okay.
I think Daniel,
Okay.
whatever. Okay. Let's deal with this particular question. How would you say these words to someone? You have this guy that has attended your church choir. He has joined the choir team, but he can't sing. People sing A, he'll sing C. When people say praise the Lord, he'll say praise the Lord, but 1 second later. So you can hear him singing out of tune in a choir. Very obvious. The question I put forward, what would you say to him? Okay, both of you discuss. The second question is that you now have a person like me. Instead of saying that you don't spend enough time in praying, what other way you could have? If let's say that is exactly what you feel like God told you, Choon Hui didn't spend enough time in praying. But what other way can you rephrase that question? Okay, give you a go. Discuss among themselves. I give you about three minutes, and you both and each team tell me the answer.
Okay.